Productions.
Welcome to another episode of Faces Behind the Voices, FBTV. Today, we have the man they call Ezel, the man himself, Mr. Leslie Moore. Welcome to Faces Behind the Voices. Hey, yo, we had some serious reasoning back in the day for when your locks was long. Welcome, Ezel boy. Welcome to Faces Behind the Voices. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, brother. Thanks for having me. And yeah, you bring back some memories. As I tell you how far we go back, eh? Yeah, from that time to now.
People won't know, but now they're going to know.
Yeah,
they're going to know. What we're going to do today, going to keep it brief. You know, this whole series is just to say thank you to you all being part of my journey and me being part of your journey in the whole voice acting aspect. You know, and we're just going to touch on more than voice acting. I mean, a lot of people know you for the hype man, the mic man, DJing, right, events, presenter, 96.1 radio personality, and beyond. So I just want you to go back and come forward in a very brief. You have about 10 minutes.
Well, to start, it would take me back to Maraval Road, which would have been like Trini Bashment, 91.9, you know. Much respect to Iowa, Georgia, you know, back then it was when he had launched the whole Soca Station initiative. Back then it had like 2 studios, you know, one in Point Fortin, where I'm originally from, you know, I'm a South man, you know that. And then they opened the studio on Maraval Road. And in those days, I had recently come back from the US where I studied abroad, studied business and whatnot. But I had fallen into the, I guess, sound system side of things while I was abroad. And then music was always, you know, a big part of my life, you know. And I always had that vision in the back of my head. Even though I was doing my studies and whatnot, I wanted to be in radio. That was like a dream, you know. To make a long story short, the opportunity presented itself with the opening of the Maraval Road studio for me to come on board. Took the chance, and from there, boy, the rest is history. That's where it began, you know. Spending a number of years there before then moving on to Red FM, which would have been my real dive into the urban market. I spent about 3.5 years with Red, then on to Slam. I did a couple years there, and then 96.1 came calling. And to me, that was an opportunity that I couldn't turn away from, you know, I couldn't pass up. And I've been there for, it's pretty much going on a decade now.
10 years, you know? Already?
It's all, yeah, it will be 10 years.
Wow. And I met you since Trini Bashment days, man.
That's right. Yep. That's where we met us. Back then, as you said, the degree wasn't there yet.
You're feeling that kind of way right now, just reminiscent to know where you came from, to know where you're at now. And I feeling the same thing for your body. And this is the purpose of this, to put you all out there. I mean, you are out there. You are out there in the party life. But we are going to touch on Ezel's corporate life from back then to now. What made you get into corporate voicing? Now, you would have done probably the party ads and things back in the day. But what got you into the corporate? Or how did you get into the corporate aspect?
Well, I think that would have came about from people like, while I was at Trini Bashment, like reading the news, people will was obviously hearing my voice outside of the announcer, quote unquote, hype man sort of aspect, and say, well, you know, you have a voice that could really fall really well into the corporate side of things, you know. I guess started doing some ads while at the radio station itself in-house. And then obviously the opportunity came about where, well, through you know, and getting the first opportunities to do, I guess, back then would have been, I think it was, the first set of corporate ads probably was like mobile, I think.
Oh, are we going to take it down memory lane? Don't worry yourself.
I know you have the files. You have the documents. I remember first opportunity to come and giving you guys like a template as to what my voice would sound like. Yeah, basically they went from there. And when I looked at it, I mean, I knew there was more in me than just the party thing. And the opportunity presented itself where obviously I could put my name and my voice into a different realm. Because you know how that business is. You want to be able to tap into everything. You're earning a living. You know, it could benefit you financially and give you the exposure that would lead to hosting events and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Who would have been the first producer agency? What job? Can you recall who gave you that first opportunity to voice a corporate ad out of the radio station, so via like an agency, an advertising agency?
If my memory serves me correct, what's fresh in my mind would be either through you or through your former colleague Malcolm. And I think it was either one of you may have started me off, but I know definitely once I had gotten that first opportunity, it started to flow from there. The majority, even moving from Trini Bashman then to Red, it was mostly through McCann, And then eventually, well, I know you went off and formed your own production house.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that, as they say, you took me on that journey with you. That definitely was part of your team that you would call upon to do many things. As I say, you have the files. I'm pretty sure that you're going to play things that I would be like, wow.
No. You're not going to remember these things. You will smile. I think I recall what had happened and how I met you. I think Malcolm at the time would have come and say, because he would have been more traffic in the work, and he would have met you by Iowa station, while I don't know who was the traffic manager at the time. And through there, I think the link was made. And I think he came and he said, yo, I have this partner of mine that want to get into the corporate. And I think that is when I heard it, I was like, hey.
You want to hear a joke? You know who was doing the traffic work at the time? It was me. So besides being on air, I used to deal with all the
ads coming in.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Well, then it was you. My brain's still working.
Yeah.
I remember that. And man, ever since to now, I never regretted it. Right? You're very versatile, and I know a lot of people wouldn't give you that opportunity to use your voice other than to hype up and add. And I'm gonna play some stuff for you where you'll be like, that was me. Where you didn't have to shout, or you didn't have to go so energetic.
It was more like playing a role sort of thing.
Yeah, don't worry yourself. We got some stuff coming up. So all right, so you probably wouldn't remember the first job. Can you remember the most memorable experience? And I'm talking about in the corporate aspect, that one job that you worked on that really stood out and still with you to this day.
Wow. So you're making me think, yeah. I mean, there were so many over the years that we would have done. I wouldn't lie to you. I did really enjoy those times when we used to do a lot of the B-Mobile stuff in those days. It was different, and to hear my voice on air like that, sort of, that tone, those ads really made me have to really do a lot of introspection as to how you'd want the type of delivery.
Well, I have a folder of some work that we would have done from way back when to now, which I'm going to send to you to keep on file as part of my saying thank you. I taking it back at 2006, 2007. Wow. From what I'm seeing, your folder is it's heavily B-Mobile stuff, and we're talking over a decade and more.
Yeah.
Right, of work. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing in your folder right now. What are some of the challenges you would have faced over that time period? What are some of the things you would like to see change in your time of being a voice actor?
Some of the challenges would be, getting opportunities. I think over time you would hear quality of work on air and you wonder to yourself, how do these people get selected to do these ads? You know what I mean? Because I guess coming from working with you in particular in the early days, the way you would have helped hone my skill with regards to delivery and so forth, a lot of what we hear nowadays is like they're not held to the same standard. So to me, I figure sometimes you wonder how some of these people get the opportunity. Not all of them. There's some voices that oh yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. But I know a lot of times too, it deals with money, because you may have the experience to the point where you want to charge a certain fee, and they ain't talk bad manners. They just don't want to pay it. So they'll be willing to obviously go with somebody who is willing to accept less. So that has always been a challenge over the years, trying to maintain a pay structure, because not everybody is willing to pay the same. Where you may say you want X amount of dollars per second. Some agencies may say yes, some will say no. So I think that has been like the main challenge.
With that being said, what would you like to see change? Because,
the opportunity, as I say, the opportunities just have not materialized, A lot of new voices, and it's who man. It's how the business set up. And here I am working on arguably the largest urban station in the country. I'm on air corporate hours during the day, so it's not that my voice is not being heard, but it's just, within internal meetings, when the time comes for selection of, okay, we're going to go with this person, who do you think? Unless there's somebody there to say, hey, don't forget this guy, or, don't forget this lady here, you could get left out.
You're right, boy. That's a whole different topic.
Yep.
Topic. But you know, as I said, I'm glad you're back on, and all I can tell you is be professional.
Yes.
And the work that's supposed to come to you will come at you.
Yeah, let the work speak for itself. Oh yeah.
And I have to say, I molded you into the corporate world, right? Because when I met you, you were still on that energy.
Yeah, raw.
Find that ground of, hey, Ezel, hold on, you have a nice voice.
Yeah.
Let me try to use your voice in different aspects. So we challenged you. That's why I'm here to say thank you, because you know you took that challenge. You never once look at it as I don't want to do this. You always used to take that challenge. You would laugh. You would say, you really want me to do this, boy? and you would sweat until we get it done. And you know, some of these ads that are going to play, you're going to hear and be like, wow, I have that range. I can't remember using that range.
I don't lose sleep, brother.
Nothing happens before it's time. And I always say, it's at a pull back to go forward.
Correct. I trot on and do what I have to do, and what comes my way, I'm definitely grateful and thankful for it. I step in the booth, do the best that I could do. As you say, make sure that when I leave the booth, not only production is happy, the client is happy.
Ezel boy, I'm going to take you down memory lane.
All right, ready?
I'm going to take you down memory lane. This is your voice. I'm just going to play 3 commercials because I'm about in the folder right now. I've seen 50-something commercials.
Wow.
And that's just part of what you would have done with me from 2006 to maybe 2010, somewhere around there. And that's just part of it. So I'm going to play this one for you now.
The sun hot, the girls looking fine, and the bacon shack going down real good with the Heineken. But remember to designate a driver for the long drive home. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
I remember that. I do.
You see?
Yeah.
Listen to this one.
Tita, you've got all the qualities a man could ever want. You're stylish, you're smooth, you're fuel efficient, and you give me all the space I need. That's why you're my Tita.
Choose performance.
Yeah, you're the files you have now.
You can't remember that one, eh?
Nah, that one slipped, man. The Heineken right off the top, I remember, but not that one. That one shocked, man.
Watch this one. You gonna remember this one?
This weekend, get ready for the lime of your life. B-Mobile together with DJ Unlimited presents My Lime. Get your friends ready for the all-inclusive talking event of the year from Friday midnight to Sunday midnight. Talk Unlimited. Entrance fee, nothing. Dress code, whatever you want. Ladies and men, free after 3 minutes. Don't miss this event all weekend long. Talk Unlimited on My Lime. Brought to you by B-Mobile, TNT's #1 mobile network.
Yep, that one rings a bell.
That's you.
That's one version of me. Yeah.
But no, what I said, when people know Ezel,
right, that's what they. Yeah,
that's what they know. But they wouldn't know the Tita.
I understand. Yeah.
Right, they would know that soft side. And I have a lot of corporate work, you know, that we would have done. But you have been doing this a while, and this is just to bring you to the forefront to say thank you for being on this journey with me and for letting me be on your journey with you as a voice actor.
Thank you, most definitely. Because I mean, listen to those 3 ads you just played. Those were 3 completely different, you know, ranges I had to go into. And without the help over the years with you being there with me, not every producer knows how to bring that out of the talent. If you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you definitely take your time and you walk through every line. And you go out of your way to explain so that, you know, you as a talent now, be able to internalize and understand where you want me to go with this. And really tap into that part of you that can help bring it out. So, yeah. I have to thank you as well. Because those same skills now, where I'm on air, you have a live script to read. You're able to, you know, tap into those skills that we would have honed over time. And be able to bring it forth, you know, definitely.
Ezel, I forgot to ask you. Did you get any professional training to be on air? Did you go to any radio broadcasting school?
Oh, never did.
Wow.
No, I've never done a broadcasting course. People ask me that all the time, and that's always the response I get. I've never done any. I always tell people, I guess growing up, beside obviously being totally in love with music, I always used to listen to the announcers.
Yeah.
I used to listen to radio with a different air.
Who exactly you would have listened to?
Coming up, Don Mora, Stanley Augustus, too. And my mother always has this vivid memory of in the mornings she'd be listening to Dale and Tony.
Right.
And she remembered me distinctly as a little boy saying, Mommy, I could do that, I want to do that. And meaning, being on air and being able to speak properly and be able to enunciate your words. And I think, and I know those are just a couple names.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the Chinese Laundry, and I could go on and on. CV, I would listen to these people, and I won't say pattern myself after them, but I always used to wonder, why would they say this then? Or they will talk at this point in time and not here, and how they would deliver certain things, especially when it comes to like the reading of news and stuff like that. So that was always the way I would listen to radio as a youngster coming up into my teenage years. And always wondering that, hey, I could do that. I have a love for this, a passion for this. And here I am now.
And you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad for you. I asked all the questions again, the same questions, why you got in, if you had any professional training. And, a couple people had professional training, and a couple just happened to just dive in and went straight at it and perfect it.
Yeah.
And you are one of those. So that is actually, it's something for people to listen to. It's not always being taught something, but having that love and that passion and that energy of want to do something, and that love could take you to that next step. It's not normally, it's not all the time you learn something via the book that you will pursue and be great at. Right. Sometimes you happen to it's in you, it's embedded. As I say, we all born with a gift and a talent, and it's for us to tap into it and further it and go with it. So I guess that's what happened to you. You had a gift and a talent, and I want to be a radio presenter, radio announcer, not knowing you will get into the DJ aspect, because when you went away, you say, all right, I want to go that direction.
Yeah, it just so happened that opportunity presented itself, and I took that, and then now here I am back home in Trinidad, and I was able to merge the two. But I would give any advice to any young person who probably, or anybody, whether young or mature, who wants to be within the broadcasting realm. If you're watching this, there's nothing wrong with going to a broadcasting school. Trust me, once you get the right help, the right teaching that will lay the proper foundation. I mean, I did it not the normal way. Let's put it that way. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with getting the help and laying that proper foundation for you to grow upon,
Correct. Well, I guess, if there's anything you would like to tell a aspiring voice actor, what would you tell them?
Get your email address.
Wait, you're the first person to say that.
I'll be real, because as much as you're giving us our flowers, we have to give you yours. You know what I'm saying? Because you're really good at what you do, especially when you see the talent in somebody, you're able to bring it out, and that within itself is a gift, to be able to tap into that person, because we are all different. And I've seen you work with other voice talents while I'm there in student. Watch how you able to adjust to everyone, because no two people are the same. But you're able to see what they can do and say, all right, how do I get them to give me the delivery I want? And as I say, that in itself is a skill. So I would advise any young person out there, you want to be into voice acting, you're the kind of person that you want to get in contact with and be able to work with, I know you're abroad, but we live in a world where now, here we are, we're able to connect. It's not as difficult as it used to be long ago. And also I would tell them, there's nothing wrong with going to a broadcasting school, because doing a course, it will assist, because that's all part and parcel of, your training, especially if you want to do voice acting, be on air. So I'll definitely tell them if you want to do it, by all means, follow your dream, go behind it, tap into your passion.
I will see the same thing. Ezel boy, thank you very much. This was just a little short segment for me saying thank you to you all and being proud of each and every guest that so far passed through. To see you all come from where you all are to now, because the majority of the guests that I've interviewed so far is only people that I've worked with from probably the starting of it. Next season I'm gonna pull in some veterans, get some real insight on when they started to do it. But thank you very much for giving me your time. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be there with you, to see you from when you started to where you are now. And I could tell you, it ain't no stopping.
No. We pushing forward, man. We pushing forward.
We have plenty things to do, plenty things to come. So this is just the beginning. The first step is to say thank you to you all, right, for being on this journey with me, brother. Right?
Thank you. Best
of luck in everything that you set your mind out to do, especially in the corporate world. You know, it have plenty sharks outside there.
Yeah, we know. Stay focused and keep your eye on the prize. And, you know, thanks for making me be a part of this, you know. Much respect to you and the entire Voices production team, family, everybody. You could call upon me anytime, brother. You have my support through and through.
I know that, bro. I know that.
Yeah?
Well, let me leave you to get back to it. I know you're a busy man, right?
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right, and bless up always, my brother.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Nice talking to you, man.
Same here, bro.
Voice It Productions.